Hi, everyone. I've got August from CPI Capital from the West Coast. I'm in Ottawa, and there's a conversation that comes up a lot about private equity in real estate, Canadians investing in US real estate. And I just wanted to make this video to just kind of share, why we got into this, the benefits to it, and why we're so eager to kind of share the magic sauce of being successful in a different country. So I'll let August kind of give us his 2 cents on that subject. So August.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for doing this, Matt. Really appreciate it. You're creating a lot of content and educating others and allowing people to even know that such investments are possible in real estate. Most time people believe that the only way to invest in real estate is by buying a piece of property, but there's many different ways. The business we're in is passive real estate investments, where somebody could invest in real estate 100% passively, but take majority of the profits from that business, from that real estate transaction. So let's break down what real estate private equity is, first of all, and then we move on to the benefits it has and why there is an actual system in place which doesn't allow these products to be mainstream and available to retail investors. So real estate private equity, also known as syndication, is a process in which a sponsor, general partner, operator finds the deal and then partners with investors as silent partners, limited partners, investors to come on board and conduct execute a business plan within the real estate. This could be a ground up development. This could be a multifamily existing asset, the value add strategy in multiple asset classes within that real estate. Within real estate, so hospitality, residential, commercial, office space. So that's essentially what real estate private equity is. The regulators across Canada see this type of investments as an exempt market, meaning that a company, a group is raising capital for their business idea, which happens to be a real estate investment. And instead of going through an IPO, going through the route of public markets, they're doing it on the exempt market. So the regulators have strict guidelines on how to raise capital, and that's where the restriction comes in. So as far as investing, for example, in the stock market, anyone can go open an account on Wealthsimple or TD Waterhouse and invest in any stock, any amount they want. But when someone wants to invest in the exempt market in real estate offerings, they need to be accredited. There's a lot of different hurdles to be able to invest. So that's why this is the space we're in. We want to create awareness. We want to create a lot of education that this option exists, because most times we talk to investors, they're not even aware that they could invest in real estate 100% passively.
Awesome. That's a great analogy on describing it. So what do you find when you're offering your products to your investor? Why do you think we're offering a better product in the US than we are in Canada? Why do you think the numbers work better in the US than Canada, I should say?
Yeah, I think the difference between US and Canada is not an opinion, really. It's matter of fact. Now, real estate private equity products could be done in Canada. It's just the returns are different. For example, our business model, our business plan is to be able to offer cash flow and appreciation to our investors. As most who have any knowledge in Canadian real estate, they know it's very difficult to achieve a cash flow. If there are places you can achieve cash flow, it's near impossible to achieve appreciation. So, but in the US, in certain markets in the US, not everywhere, obviously it cannot be done in California and New York, but in many markets in the US where they have consistent growth metrics such as job growth, population growth, income growth, and rent growth, you can achieve cash flow and appreciation. And that gives the ability to the general partner, to the sponsor, through the term of the project to send distributions to their investors, cash flow distributions. In our case, we do monthly distributions. So the investors are benefiting from cash flow. And then when the value add business model is completed, is executed, the property is sold, and then the appreciation, the capital gains are given to the investors.
Awesome. And what made you get into this private equity?
Private equity was really, my background is in construction development. I started out as a licensed agent 16 years ago. I wasn't really good at being a real estate agent, but I was good at finding deals. Started doing small fix and flips. Eventually moved on to starting my own general contracting company, started building single family homes more on the luxury side. Always wanted to scale my company. So I started doing ground up development, multifamily, but I didn't have the skills needed to be the contractor, the builder for multifamily. So I found the deal, I brought in the general contractor, I brought in the investors, and I took a portion of the profits as sweat equity. And I fell in love with this model, because I enjoyed being in the background and finding deals, finding the investors, putting it all together, and taking a portion of the profits. And I realized that this same concept is taking place within the stock market, within the public markets, where large companies like Blackstones and KKRs and Apollos of the world were buying companies, making them perform better, and then selling it and giving returns back to their investors. And then the management company would take performance fees and management fees. In most cases, 1% is the management fee, and the performance fee is 20% of the profits. And I wanted to bring the two worlds together, the world of private equity and real estate, the ground up real estate world. And then when I started doing research on this aspect of real estate private equity, I realized that this process is being utilized in the US. And the great business plan to utilize real estate private equity is, rather than doing ground up development, is buying already built apartment buildings. And I noticed that institutions are doing this already. Blackstone, BlackRock, they have real estate divisions. They're already, are buying up these larger institutional multifamily assets. And then when I looked into the Canadian space, I realized that it's also happening on the institutional side, where the Canadian Pension Fund, one of the largest pension funds in Canada, is partnering with Greystar, one of the largest multifamily property management firms in the US, and they're building and buying multifamily projects together, as Greystar acting as the operator for Canadian pension funds. So the idea was to bring these investments, which are large multifamily institutional investments, to retail investors who otherwise couldn't buy these assets and could come in at a low point of entry of $50,000, $25,000 investment and be a part owner of a 350 unit, $100 million asset.
So there you have it. We're two Canadians investing in US real estate. And I think the key to our success is, trusting the process, trusting the team. And it's just more exciting to do business in the US, I think, too, for us, right?
Definitely. So yeah, it allows us to have a bit of a monopoly, allows us to have a better product, better returns for our investors. Obviously, there are some extra hurdles because of the US. You're dealing with IRS, you're dealing with the Securities and Exchange Commission. So there is more regulatory and taxation issues that we have to deal with as operators. But having said all of that, because of the returns, because of the yields available in the US, still makes more sense to go through those hurdles, because of the profits are much more. I mean, US is it's a 10x as far as population, as far as many other metrics than Canada. For example, the state of Texas alone has a bigger economy than the country of Canada. So there's just so much commerce and business in the US that it's hard to shy away from investing in the US.
Awesome. So there you have it, guys. So if you're looking to invest in US real estate, please connect with us. I'll have August's info at the bottom of the description of the video, and looking forward to connecting with you. And please make sure you follow us. We do run some real estate events to educate Canadians investing in real estate. Thanks again for your time, August.
Thank you.
Discover U.S. real estate investing with Mada Partners. Schedule a free call now.